بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. Commencing with the name of Almighty, uh, commencing with the name of Almighty, who is the most merciful and beneficent, whose blessings are always required for mine, for yours, for everybody's, for every creature's survival. It's going to be playing for every creature. Without the blessings of Almighty, nothing is possible. We are helpless, even if we want to do something better for our own selves, till the permission of Almighty, till the kindness of Almighty, till the permission of Almighty. And I consider myself, I don't have the power, I don't have the courage, I can do nothing without the support of Allah. Words are added. Words don't have power to admire, to praise, to know about the power of Almighty. It is one of the facts. There is no doubt about it. Always we must praise to Allah, must give us power, must give this courage to do something better for the people, for the masses, for ourselves, for our relatives, for a family. But I tell you that everything must be going towards Almighty till the permission from that superpower. Welcome to all of my lovers, followers, subscribers, friends, YouTubers, vloggers, everyone who is known or unknown to me on this platform. Really cordially, from the core of my heart, welcome everyone. And I used to be saying to all that this is only the blessing of Almighty. This is only the blessing of Allah, that one is speaking and people are following, because nobody has this courage that one should have that power. People must be listening that person. There is nothing but blessing of Allah. So very first of all, one by one, Suhail, welcome boy, Abbas, Mr. Safdar Bukhari, the elder brother of mine and the senior most journalist. Really, sir, grateful to you found out time, and here I would request to all of you guys, you must subscribe this channel, SSB92 TV. It's a basically news channel, and it's channel of my elder brother, the senior most journalist here in the city of Saints, in the city of Multan. So you must follow there. You people are going to listen lot more news. Then Abbas is there. Abbas, welcome boy. Adventure Channel. Adventure Channel. Who is Adventure Channel? Could you please explain? Adventure is there. I don't know who is it. Adventure. I want to know. Trident player. Okay, glasses. I think this is Arib. Here I would Adan, Fatma. Fatma, how are you? Here, before commencing my live stream, I want to tell you this thing. To all majority know me well, that this is my first time I am having glasses. In means in my common in my domestic life too, and obviously in my commercial life too, I never wear. And definitely, you might have watched my around about more than 300 videos, so I have never put glasses. This is my first time. This is my first vlog. This is my first live transmission where I am having glasses. So I don't know what is the response, but I consider myself that now it's my, but it's not a fashioned one. Now I admit that this is the need, this is the requirement of mine, so I decided to. Uh, okay, and then it's saying, good to wear glasses. Thank you very much, Fatma. So, where is Arib? Arib, where you are? Kinza. Oh, Kinza is saying, looking cool. That's very great. And Adan Fatma. Zan, Zan, how are you, boy? Abbas. Suhail is saying, my batch is coming, good work. Ikra, Hafiz, and Adan Fatma. Yes, well, this is your batch, this is your class. So I think there are about 7 people, but I've got 3 likes, so this is not fair. Today, I also, before starting the vlog, the live transmission here, I would like to tell you guys that you people I need you guys today, because I am going to discuss about the Ramadan, and very deeply, not just apparent, not just praying and everything, but there are many more things which are required to be done by us being Muslim, and that is the requirement of Almighty. Allah says to be doing something like that. So here I would also need your response too, and just soon we are going to start. So guys, you know, I have chosen, like every year, you must have watched my vlogs before as well in the month of Ramadan, that I keep on discussing this auspicious, fabulous, magnificent, holy, the most merciful and blessed one this month from Almighty is there for the Muslims in particular. So that's why I consider myself that this comes liability of every Muslim to be discussing, whosoever is going to talk about or speaking, or a speaker must be talking about the holy month, Ramadan. So, very first of all, I want to know from you guys that you must be praying, having fastings, and that is the basic requirement of this month, that we must be going for the fastings and for praying too, and just and also must be begging in front of Allah, and just be demanding or begging our sinless life, which is unfortunate for 11 months. That is going to be the biggest unfortunate, that we people keep on committing sins. A sinful life we people are spanning for 11 months, even being Muslim. While you cannot say that just other non-believers, the pagans, they people are going to commit sins. But unfortunately, being Muslims too, we people are committing many more sins, which is unfortunate. Obviously, this is true that this is not fair. This is not up to the mark. This is obviously we people are not following the Almighty's orders, unfortunately. But Almighty knows us. Almighty knows one's creatures. So Almighty has given this opportunity to be uh, having some sort of training for 1 month so that we could be trained well, and accordingly we must be trying to spend our remaining 11 months. We people are able to or not, that is going to be something else, but even we must have to try to. So I consider this month is basically for the training, how you have to spend your life, how you have to keep relationship with your fellows, with your friends, with your families, with your teachers, with your subordinates, with your superiors, with everyone. And all these prayers, all these praying, and definitely like bowing in front of Allah, in front of Almighty, all these things must be telling us, must be guiding us, must be advising us how we have to do all the matters of life and which are the requirements from the Almighty and what Allah wants from us. This is true that basically we have to be going for the praying in this month, that is true. But behind the message what we people are having, that is being told to every Muslim in particular that how you have to spend your life for rest of the 11 months. So if we people are just focusing on our prayers, on our recitations, fastings, and unable to find out the real message from this holy month, then I consider, I'm not just going to just put this in your mind, but my consideration is, you might be disagreed with me, that all of this effort might go in vain. That might be possible. So here what we have to do, that we have to find out the base of this month, the basic requirement of this month, what Almighty needs from us, what Almighty requires from us, what Almighty is telling us. If we people are able to find out this thing from this month, then I consider that we people are going to be successful. Here I would like to criticize in an honorable and respective way to my respective audience too, and whosoever is listening me. You might not be having that sort of personality, but majority of them, which is unfortunate, we consider that whenever the holy month is started, here we have to be talking about some sort of percentage. I cannot say like the 100% is going to be behaving like that. No, not at all. But unfortunately, majority is. They might be praying, they might be fasting, they might be having recitations, but practically they people are unable to find out the result, or practically having completed this holy month, they people are having the same condition. No change is there. There is one category who are just not caring for this month. That category is also involved. That category is also there, which is unfortunate, but it is one of the facts. This is going on in our society. The people are not going for the praying, people are not going for the fasting, people are not going for the recitation. Every one of us must be observing it. This is occurring. This is occurring in my country in particular. Billion people living here. What do you consider that? How many people must be going for all of these obligations, which have been rewarded by the Almighty or ordered by the Almighty, they might not be more than I consider 50 million. Here I could pray. I could pray that may Allah increase the number, but which is my information, that is not more than 50 million. Who are following how you are going to have this observation. You should be observing the mosques. You must be observing your surroundings. People are going for the recitations. Are people going for the praying? Are people going for the fasting? Unfortunately, not majority. First, we people are having this. This is the biggest, one of the biggest lack what we people are having, which I tell you is unfortunate, and because I tell you that these fastings not just being obligated on Muslim Ummah, not on us, not on the Ummah of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him. Just obviously, the prophets came before. Every Ummah of every prophet were having this. This has been mentioned in the Holy Book. So very first of all, we must keep it in our mind that this is the obligation. This is the order not been given just to us, being Muslims, to the majority of the people, all of the Ummah, before our Ummah. So very first of all, we must be observing the intensity of this obligation. How much this is going to be important. But unfortunately, you know what is happening? The people are not caring for the fasting too. Not caring for the praying too. Not caring for the recitation too. Which is unfortunate. Just tell me that if we people are unfollowing Almighty's obligations, Almighty's orders, are we going to be prosperous? Are we going to be progressive? Are we going to be developed? Never. In my consideration, never. Whatever the effort you people could make, whatever the endeavors you people are going to have, nothing is possible. This is going to be the fact. Whether it's unfortunate, but it is going to be the fact. Because when we people are saying that why and how we people got a separate homeland, just on the name of the La ilaha illallah, and then we have forgotten that. Where that kalima is gone, today nobody knows. There are some bitter facts, but facts can never be changed. Facts could never be my or yours will. Those have been ordered by Almighty, and Almighty has its own orders, and we are just supposed to follow them. Then there is a second category. Here I would like that you people also should be giving your comments too, that what you people consider about it. Second category. People are having recitations, praying, fasting. There is one little bit funniest thing which is happening, but one of the facts. And I consider that we are going to ruin the core, the spirituality of this big ibadah. What is that? Special arrangements on the time of dawn while keeping the fast, and then definitely at the time of unfasting in the evening. What is happening? Like if you people are going to the markets at the time of closing, or before some time, like an hour or two, what you people are observing, that is totally going to be a social issue here, I tell you. You know, the topic of my today's vlog, what you might have observed on my thumbnail, Ramadan's impacts. So all the impacts are going to be visible where? In the society. In the society, you people have to observe. Nation not be caring for that what problem is going to be faced out if I am going to be in a hurry. Accidents occur, which is unfortunate. Like, while we people are going to observe, what is the basic lesson of fasting? Fasting is just to control yourself, and even then you are following everything. But what is going to occur in society? Nothing is going to be visible. Like, while you people are supposed to be moving around, so you are not caring for anything, but inwardly you are controlling on yourself. So then what do you consider that is there any benefit what we people are doing? Is this just practice of having hunger or having any impact inside? Our inner is going to be changed out or not? Are we people having some sort of change in our personalities because of this biggest prayer? No, not at all. And I'm not saying the things which are invisible, which you cannot observe. Just move tomorrow, just before 2 hours from unfasting, and look at the people. Everyone is in a biggest hurry, not be caring for the others. Just this is my question, that if what is the basic lesson of fasting? To control, to be endurant, to be tolerant, to be caring for the humanity, and what you're doing. If you are getting late, okay, I can agree that one might be late for unfasting. So what occurs if you are going to be late? Obviously, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, how much could you be late more? Just this time. If you be reaching a little bit late at your destination, so what is going to occur? Nothing. This is just your inner perception. What I consider you must not be thinking of. Here I would request all whosoever is listening my voice, very first of all, we have to be caring that what is the basic lesson of fasting, to be controlling yourself and to be caring for the others. We should think about it. We must be considering these things. But unfortunately, we are not. If this holy month is not going to be having impact on everyone's personality, who is going to be or who is willing to be called that must be follower of Almighty, whatever the orders been given by the Almighty, and one is saying that I'm going to be obeying. If that person is going to be behaving or doing the things like that, so I think this is going to be the biggest unfortunate, and Almighty is not considering our prayers, our fasting. Whether you believe, because I tell you that before, in the beginning of my speech, I told you guys, it might be possible that you people might not be agreed with me. Okay, if you are not agreed, so that's going to be your perception. But I am very sure what I am telling you. Because every order been given by the God that is concerning with the society, with the people, with the masses. Whatever the prayers, whatever the good deeds you people are going to do, that it's directly concerning with the creatures of Almighty, and Almighty loves whatever you people are going to do, the good deeds for the creatures, because those creatures also have been created by the same creator who creates you. is one of the biggest one. Here I consider that we must be caring for this thing. The third and the very important thing, because Ramadan, month of Ramadan is going on, so I don't want to have much of your time. Very short vlog I am willing to do, and after just inshallah 5 to 6 minutes I'm going to close this live transmission, but just with a message. The last point what I want to raise. Almighty says to be caring for the people, to be caring for the deservings, to be caring for the poor, to be caring for the non-haves. If you are having some facility, if you are having some, definitely the requirement of life, if you've been given by the Almighty, then you must be caring. At the time, person in your surrounding, in your neighboring is going to be hungry, is going to be facing some sort of trouble, is going to be facing some sort of issues faced by one's children. Are they having something to eat? While you people are going to have much more arrangements for fasting, or even at the time of fasting too. You have many more facilities. Your dining is filled with the blessings of Allah. At that time, you must have to observe. At that time, you must have to look at. At that time, you will have to observe. Anybody in my surrounding is going to be feeling some sort of trouble, issue, problem, hindrance, obstacle. If I tell you one is having and you are not caring for that person, this is my belief. Once again, I want to tell you, you might be disagreeing. You might not be in favor of me on this point. I consider all of our prayers, fasting, recitations are going to be in vain. If I am not caring for a person living in my surrounding while I am filled with the dining, and I am not looking after who is in my surrounding, who is in my neighboring, is going to be facing the trouble like any trouble, and I am not looking for that. So I don't consider that the purpose of the fasting which has been bestowed to me by the Almighty is going to be fulfilled out at any cost. This is also one of the biggest enigma in our society. What that is, like we people are having many blessings of Almighty. And keep it in your mind, those blessings have been bestowed to you from Almighty. If you are going to be thinking that all of these blessings are because of your effort, because of your endeavor, because of your work hard, so just you are going in a wrong way. This is very important point I want to tell you. This is only the blessing of Almighty who has bestowed you a lot, like you are enjoying with the facilities of the life and blessings of the life. Those are in front of you on your dining. That is totally the blessing of Almighty. Nothing is due to your effort. Nothing is due to your endeavor. Nothing is due to your work hard. It is only the blessing of Almighty has given you everything. Here, if you are not going to be thinking about the people who are living in your surrounding or a little bit far too, and having nothing to eat, having no facility, and if you're not caring for that person. Because I tell you that everything has been bestowed by the Almighty. So a person, Almighty, the power, the superpower, who is going to bestow you all these facilities, so that Almighty can also bestow to other person who is amongst the non-haves. But you are going to be examined. For God's sake, this is a very important point I'm telling you guys. That you are going to be examined by the Almighty, that what you people are doing with the people, with the creatures of that Creator who has given you a lot, but just putting you in examination and must be observing. Because I tell you that if you are not going to look at that person, so Almighty is there and must be supporting to that one too. Nobody is going to be facing death just because of having something not having. But you are going to be examined, and Almighty is examining you, that what you people are doing. If what Almighty says, that you must give to the poor, you must give to the deserving, from where? Which has been blessed to you from Allah. Almighty has given you. Out of that you have to give. That thing is yours. You're not honor of anything. What we people keep on saying, what? That, okay, I'm the honor of this, I'm honor of this, I have that. Nothing is yours. Just yours is that very tiny part of earth where you have to be buried. That is yours. Which must be be with you till the doomsday. And you are saying that you're honor of big houses, you are saying you are honor of big cars, big facilities, big houses, much more facilities. No, not at all. Nothing is honored. Nothing you have got in your possession that has been given to you by Almighty could be snatched by you, could be snatched from you at any time. Keep it in your mind. If you people be thinking that the thing what you are having and being bestowed by the Allah, and you are going to be having that permanently, everlasting. No. Might be 40 years, might be 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 the maximum, 110, 120, 150, the last one. Not more than that. So here I consider that Ramadan, holy month of Ramadan, is going to be the big examination for the people, and especially for those people who are haves, who have a lot, who have been given a lot from the Almighty. This is not my effort. This is not your effort, what I am having, what you are having. This has just been given to you with the blessings of Allah, with the blessings of God. If you are not going to be observing this thing, so these things could be snatched anytime. So I consider these three things what I've told you guys. While having all these praying, recitations, fastings, praying in front of, bowing in front of Allah Almighty, there are very important things, that being tolerant, being endurant, be having endurance in yourself. Tolerate the things, endure the things, give margin to others, listen to others, be tolerant, be endurant. That is the lesson. That is the lesson of God. And also, we have to be caring while bowing, reciting, praying, fasting. We have to be caring if anyone in our surrounding is going to be facing any sort of trouble. We have to be supporting that person. I tell you that nothing will be accepted in front of Almighty if we are not caring for this thing. On this auspicious message, I want to close today's live transmission. Once again, thanks for everyone joining my live transmission. Thank you very much. Long live Pakistan.